8 Ball. Will we get through the tech of this moment? And outlook not so good. That's kind of how I'm feeling, you guys. So we're gonna just jump on here real quick. Throw your questions in. I don't know how long this internet's gonna last. We've had internet problems all morning, and I said to Alistair, "Oh, so I hoped to get my son Frederick to jump in here live. He's in Pennsylvania, and he and his dad have been there for about 3 weeks because my mother-in-law passed away, and they both gained a lot of weight. So they just called me a couple days ago and admitted it, and now they're on diets. And I said, "Hey, Frederick, let's test out some of our live YouTube technology." Anyway, we couldn't do that today, but we're hoping to tomorrow. And so plan B then was, since we're having these internet problems and we really have to get ready for Tuesday, because you guys know about Tuesday, but I got to cut a tree limb down. So I said, Alistair, let's cut a tree limb down live on YouTube. Anyway, he's been more in his vampire stage, sleeping awake through the nights, gaming, and he's asleep right now. So I'm here by myself with you guys. Okay, you guys. And so this will be just a little housekeeping video until and maybe until our internet shuts off. Okay, just make this really quick because now I'm down to plan C today. But the key thing is, everybody, this is our training day for Tuesday, because we've had a lot of people say that they haven't been able to comment. And so if you can't comment, we need to figure out why so you can comment. And because, oh, sorry, I'm getting totally ahead of myself. You guys, welcome to Eat Like a Bear, and the home of, we are counting up to 100 Century cases, and boy, we've had a lot of Century announcements in the community. And so get ready on Tuesday for the very big announcement. We're talking about the spread, the virality of Eat Like a Bear. So this is like the good kind of virus, right? The good kind of spreading around the country. And, you know, legendary places like Missouri with our Missouri Century Bears, and Century Bears all over the planet, despite my ability only to map in the United States, and lots of awesomeness across the globe. And some of you across the globe maybe even joining here today, and so good evening to you. It is noon here in California. And so test your systems, because Tuesday at this time, tentatively keep your antenna up though on the time, but it looks like it's noon on Tuesday, but you know, it might be 11:30, it might be 12:30, it might be somewhere in that. It's been hopefully around this time, Pacific time. And so whatever time it is right now, like make a mental note, but say Tuesday is coming, because that's our big, you know, that's our big, Jane, anyway, that's our big, like kickoff, you know, that's our big, like, wow, Century cases are amazingly fabulous, and maybe our claim to fame. But the key thing is, we're all about to break out, aren't we? I mean, we're breaking out, breaking out. And so that I feel like is the big news, right? So, and some of us are breaking out kind of trim. So this is very exciting. And I think a lot of us are breaking out trimmer than we would have been if we hadn't been a little more focused. Because I'm getting the messages from you guys like, well, you know, I gained 20 or I gained 30. And in other universes, I would have gained 100. And so maintaining in that situation is amazing. And just gaining 20 pounds, you got to put it in perspective. So, but if you just gained 20 pounds, first of all, congratulations. Some people lost 100, right? So, okay. But we're, I mean, right about to just break out, go grind off the 20. These are our days. These are our days. So, anyway, I know I'm getting excited to break out. Even though it's amazing here, and I'm really enjoying being here at my home. And so I'll see you here on Tuesday, but it's almost summer, almost summer. Okay, so test your systems. See if you can put in a comment, because if you can't, some of the advice so far is that, first of all, if you're if you're on a mobile device, you should download the YouTube mobile app for that device. And then you need to be logged into your Google account. Because just like in Facebook, where you have to be in, you know, your own personal profile account to make a comment, so too on YouTube. So it's the same thing. You don't have to like start a YouTube channel or become a YouTuber to make a comment, but you do need to have the account. And so most of us have some kind of Google account anyway. So it should be easy to find your account and to log in and then to leave a comment. So Georgia was having problems, and her problem was, I think first she didn't have the Google or the YouTube app. And so she installed it, but then she wasn't logged in. But then once she logged in, she was able to leave a comment, I believe that's the case. And Celeste has said she has not been able to comment. And I really think if Celeste logs in to her Google account, she'll be able magically to comment. Okay. And Joe, okay, and your notifications are on. Yeah, so what you can do from your account is subscribe to this channel, and there's like a little bell somewhere up in there, and that allows you to set your notification options. So, you know, like if there's a channel, you're like, well, let me just kind of subscribe, but I don't want to know every time they put a video up, then you wouldn't request notifications. But for this, if you get notifications for the channel, as soon as the live video comes on, you'll get a notification. So you can be watching for that and then just, and that's the most straightforward way to find the live video. I mean, at some point, maybe I'll figure something else out better for all of us, but that's as good as it gets today. So, and that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And so, hey, where are you guys from? Hey, all right. Wow. So, and oh, Modesto, you're almost a local to me. That's awesome. That's awesome, Helen. And so Dee is asking about the different subgroups. And so I believe they're pinned to the top of the main group. And I'm sure you could just go to the main group and search like Crafter Bears. But someone suggested yesterday that we put them on the Start Here page, which is the FAQ page. And so I'm going to do that, but they're not on there. But it would be, oh, and if you're a member of the main group, what you can do is search in Facebook for Crafter Bears Eat Like a Bear, and it'll come up. And then you just make a request, and as long as you're a member of the main group, you'll be automatically allowed into that group. If you're not a member of the main group, then you need to become one, because I'll be really honest, the little groups, we don't pay any attention to people who are not part of the main group, because that's like the entry point, and then the little groups we really do intend to be for members of the main group, because that's where all of our FAQs and stuff are, and like the community, the rules and just all that, and the content, so because we've had people get into the subgroups, somewhat awkwardly, if we've let them in or whatever by accident, and then they're just all confused, and then we say, oh, go to the main group, and well, they're not in the main group, and so anyway, that doesn't work well. So that's the reason for that. But anyway, good, you guys, testing, lots of comments, good. So you testing your comments. And Wendy about the books, yeah, so we just are not on Amazon yet, and it's like a bureaucratic glitchy thing, and we'll be on there, and I do hope that's our solution for the UK. Yeah, because there appears to not be a good solution of just like directly mailing it from here to there, given, the cost is really pretty extreme, and the bureaucracy of doing that is the other kind of extreme thing. So I can't imagine many people would buy it given the cost. And so then like the cost to us bureaucratically is really fairly extreme. So we really need a distribution option, and we just don't have it yet. But what you can do is, this content is all digital as well. And the books are, so like the RBS book, the Ridiculously Big Salad book, this book, the digital version of this, it's the same content, it just looks different. So the production of like the pages in it, it's different, but it's the same words, okay? And the digital version is made so that it is easily printed on your home printer. And so you can get the digital class, so you can get the print book in the US, and you can get the digital only course. And the digital only course has additional resources in it besides that PDF book, but it does have the PDF book in it. So that's your international option, is the digital version of this book and of this book. But again, they're not just the PDF versions of this book, because they're like in a course that complementary videos to, videos that complement the structure of this book. For instance, the Jumpstart digital course, you guys, has a lot. I mean, it's really, really very comprehensive. And if you're just getting started and you just want to get into one thing with one little bite, I would recommend the Jumpstart digital course. And then all the digital courses, I mean, the refund policy on them is very generous. So if you get in, you're like, it was not for me, you can ask Sandra for a refund. Okay. So, that's not the case with the print books, because these you buy, you take your chance, you do it. If you need to sample or whatever and have that refund option, you need to go digital. So there's some good options. Vivian, yes. So the list and the numbers of the Century Bears, yeah, because there's still a few little, like, because Vivian, congratulations, Vivian is one of our Century Bears, and I think it would just be kind of legendary to know if you were like, I was Century Bear number 23 or whatever it is. And so I'm hoping, but we're still kind of fine tuning that. And so very soon, Vivian. So it's exciting. It's exciting, but yeah, that's my intention. I think that would be really cool. So yeah, and I'm not on the list, so I guess I'm zero. I'm zero. Yeah, but awesome, Vivian. And Jeannie is in Mesa. Someone was just here who a neighbor had just visited Mesa, and I've got a good friend in Mesa as well. Yeah, making me want to go. Every time I see wherever anybody's from, I'm like, I'm going there, because I'm going somewhere. Who's with me? I mean, has anyone here actually gone anywhere in a while? Some people are going places. So anyway, it's time to go somewhere. I mean, when you're not even going to the grocery store, right? And everyone's doing the online orders. We're not, because nobody delivers here. But so I do get to the grocery store. Okay, you guys. So test your comments, and this is it. Because if you're here, what I said in the beginning was this plan for this video has just completely fallen apart, and so we're just in the stage of yapping and testing, because Frederick was going to come on here. He's in Pennsylvania. He's my son, and I'm hoping he's here tomorrow. And on the tech side of that, but also the other issues, we've had internet issues today. We need to saw that limb down. So I had the great idea that we'll just do that live on YouTube. What could possibly go wrong? And told Alistair he can have the camera anyway. He's sleeping. It's noon, and the kid is asleep. His schedule is so far off. Okay, I am looking at questions. Oh, Dee, and you went for a walk on the beach. That is great. That's really great. Well, and it's interesting too that, like, the new masking rules. So I really was concerned that we're in masks everywhere for at least another year. And so I found it interesting that regulation is loosening up this quickly. Yeah. And so some of you guys are out and driving to Illinois in a few weeks. That's awesome. Yeah. So, thank you for the shout out on the psychology course. Yeah, so the digital bundle has the digital courses related, with these books digitally, and the digital courses associated with each of these books. But it has two other kind of modules that are in development, and one is the Cooked RBS that will have a PDF book in it as well when it is written, because it's not. It does have recipes in it. It has videos, and it is designed around the RBS framework. The recipes are highly structured, crafted around that framework, and they're extremely simple. And so there's videos that demonstrate the simplicity of the method. You're going to laugh. And so those are in there. Those videos are in there. But what's missing from that, and when it's in there, I'll break it out and it will be available on its own. I think that's going to be late summer. But what's missing is the actual book. Okay. And then there's the psychology course, which has, I don't know, 35 videos or something like that in it. And it is based on the theory from the social sciences that I used in my dissertation. So I was trained in social choice theory, and it uses it's theory that it's a way of thinking about how people structure their choices, and so kind of strategic choices. And I never considered applying it to myself and my choice of the donut or whatever else. Never in my life consider that. And you'll find some of my publications from the 90s and early 2000s using this theoretical framework, but for, and I'm a political scientist, but for voting, and public opinion. And so the idea of applying the lens on your own self, that's what this psychology module is about as well. And that's not available on its own either, but it's part of the bigger bundle. The bundle has all 4 of those components in it. And as the 2 that are not developed, as they are completed, you'll have access to that. So it's like early access to see like the stages of progression, because it started out pretty rough. That psychology course did back in August. Started out as almost nothing, frankly. So yeah. Let's see. Anna Sewell, good. Leaving a comment. Let's see. Okay, Jeannie. Wearing a mask into the bank and asking for money. You guys don't go get in trouble out there. Yeah, this is the one time in history that we can do it and say we did it, right? And giving people no context, they might, believe that, oh my God, you did what? Yeah. And Bonnie, you're down 40 pounds. That's awesome. Awesome. Yeah, so Debbie, in terms of the announcement of the century cases, I am getting the zip codes on everybody. And so we'll be able to map where they are, which I think is really exciting because we do have 8 people in Missouri, which is, I think, crazy. Really, really crazy. And as I wrote on the website, we have 2 in the upper peninsula of Michigan. I mean, so that might be our capital. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. So I'm still missing about 5 zip codes, I think, but maybe I'll put it up without the 5 and or double back and try to get those 5. And yeah, anyway, it's exciting. Yeah. Oh, and you can't go into the bank without a mask. See, okay, well, they're doing it to themselves then. Okay. And hey, Gloria from Indiana. So I went to IU Bloomington for graduate school. Yeah. Okay, you guys. Well, I am going to go, I don't know, trim a tree or something and just try to work through some of this. Maybe see if my son Frederick is available for a little practice thing or something as we gear up for Tuesday. But again, Tuesday, you're coming here on YouTube. And I just see it as like a time to, we'll count up all the century bears, and we may be over 100 by Tuesday. So we definitely planned it for a time when we knew we'd be hitting it by then. And I'm going to try, Vivian, I'm going to try by Tuesday to have those numbered, but we'll see because we're still getting little surprises. And really it's to celebrate the 100, but I see it as celebrating like the new era for all of us, right? All of us all over the world in so many ways. It's right now. And so that's kind of what all of that is about too. And for this, and as I've been saying, we're going to kind of go big here on YouTube with telling the stories. So it's a new season for us in terms of the content that we're doing. And as I see it, like the outreach aspect of what we're doing is going to be right here. And let's see, Paulina, where are we up to with the century bears? As you know it, well, Paulina, it's a secret because I stopped the count, the graphic at 95, so we get all those numbers in. And but we're getting there. Yep. And Amy is fasting. And then you want to take a road trip. Yeah, okay. And Vivian is north of Fort Worth. And that is awesome, near the Texas Motor Speedway. And so, and Joe is from a little town in Texas. Texas has a lot of century bears too. And so, it's kind of amazing. So Texas, well, now also isn't the great because that area of the United States tends to struggle most with obesity as well. And so there we are, like representing, like here, and I'm representing here in California's most obese area. And we have people in some of the states that struggle most with that. That's Texas is definitely one. And I don't know, Tennessee, maybe Missouri. I'll have to check the list. I'm not even sure what's on the list. Um, yeah. So yeah, hey, 50 pounds. Excellent, you guys. I think that's awesome. And by the way, I mean, for people who will never make the century list because you don't have that much to lose, good. Okay, and so you get into the finish line, and the century celebration, it really is all about us living our best anyway, however that looks. And like seeking that 100% is what we're talking about. And so about Ursa Major Bears who was on 200. Yeah, we need a special like how there's gold and then platinum and then diamond or something. We need something like that. We need to think about, so what are the levels above 100? That's a great question because yeah, we've got, man, I mean, we got some serious badassery in the group, and I mean, and Lena. So shout out to Lena because Lena she's on, her success case is on the website. You can read her story, but she goes by Nada New in the group, and she started out over 600 pounds, not from finding us, but she found us over 100 pounds ago. But she's down to about 235. I mean, isn't that impressive? Like, we know, I mean, any of us who have lost however much we've lost, imagine losing that much and being able to stay focused for that long. And so she shared in the group yesterday that she has been diagnosed with lung cancer, and so I mean, my heart goes out to Lena, but also that same like strength and grit that has gotten her here is going to take her a long way. So my money's on Lena, frankly. I mean, right, you guys? And so anyway, yeah, she's a good example of like, maybe we need, I mean, beyond platinum bears, whatever that is, because that's Lena. That's Lena right there. I mean, she's really awesome. And I was looking where she's located. It looks like she's in North Carolina. So, or was it one of the Carolinas? So anyway, so that's cool. So then I'm like, oh, I've got to go there. So, gotta go everywhere. We've got a lot of lost time to make up for, don't we? So, okay, you guys, being a century bear will be a way bigger deal than turning 70 was. Awesome. That's awesome. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, Nada is an inspiration. So she is. She's awesome. Okay. Okay, you guys. So on a Sewell, I think we could get into a lot of trouble / fun. The better I feel, the more I find I need to rediscover my self-control, says Anna Sewell, who submitted a photo, semi-nude in a hammock, semi-nude because she was wearing Woman's World magazines. That's right. Okay. And okay, the half my sizers, yeah. So there too. So that's the whole other class, is the half my size cases. And I don't know, I haven't checked on that in a long time, but early out of the gate, I mean, we had 4 pretty quick, and so I would think we might have 10, maybe. I'll have to check. Yeah, that's something. And I mean, life changing. Yep. Okay, guys. Well, I'm headed out, and Jane, what are you talking about? Beer brats and cheese curds in Wisconsin. Oh, is that how y'all get fat? Oh, is that, no, maybe that is what you're saying. Yeah, because yeah, especially with anyway, yeah. There really is some pretty good cheese in Wisconsin, so yeah. And I'd love to. I've driven through parts of it at times. I'd love to be up there again. Really love to be up there. Okay, so thank you for all for helping to foster all of my road trip fantasies. I thank you for that. I've needed them, and it's exciting that we can all make some of this stuff happen now. So, so you guys, Tuesday noon, right here, and oh, tomorrow. Tomorrow, yeah. And oh, Bonnie, yeah, Keto Your Way. So Bonnie says, I saw you on another magazine. It was so Keto Your Way is the special annual keto issue of Woman's World magazine. And what they do is they take, it's very clever. They take all of the cases that they profile throughout the year that fit the keto theme and they put them into a magazine, but it's a higher production quality issue. So like the paper is better, the printing's better, and it is really, really packed with information. And so the way it's structured is, I think, is it 12 approaches or something, different sort of angles of doing keto, which I think is really great. The idea that like everyone should find their own groove, I think everyone wins with that. That said, that like mine is just like one idea in there, and all the recipes are just whatever Woman's World wanted to put in there. So it's not like there's an RBS recipe or something in there. But I think it's really inspirational to see all those cases. The other lady on the cover lost 340 pounds or something. I mean, really, really great. So Jan, be careful with the tree. Yeah, I'll be careful. I have a ladder that gets me most of the way up there, but my mom's concerned because the tree is leaning. She's like, it's gonna fall if you're up there. So anyway, it's not. It's fine. It is fine. Okay. So you guys, I will see you all tomorrow. And if you have been trying to comment and you can't, you need to download the app if you're on a mobile and log into your YouTube account, which is your Google account. And then that should allow you to, subscribe and comment. So, but otherwise you can just watch this. You just can't, it's like you're, like the monkeys that are like this or like this. So you're like this. That's you. That's you without a Google account or without being logged into the Google account. Because if you don't have a Google account, I'm kind of wondering about you, because you might be the last person on earth who doesn't have a Google account, right? So, okay, I'll catch you all tomorrow. You guys take care, and I'll be fine on that limb. Don't worry. And I'm careful about it. Sometimes pretty careful. Okay, catch you guys later.